guys are up early. Hi. This was Tracy's idea for me to go live on my way for a little bit, not for long. I put the GPS on another phone. So my eyes are not happy this morning. I'm only running on like, let's see, I think I fell asleep at like 12:30 and I was trying to get up at 5. I'm late. I was supposed to be there at 10. So I'm late, but it's all right, I guess. I don't know everything, guys, seriously. Like, according to the astrology, from what I understand, everything will come out. It's a very public chart, so everything will eventually come out. I don't know about that. I can only give what spirit gives and what I get, and I get everything in the time I'm supposed to get it. So I'm gonna have to do more location work because I went there yesterday and it was not as it appeared on the map, which is what I was thinking it was gonna be. But the craziest thing, you guys can hear me okay, right? The craziest thing was, and this was freaking wild, is that, so I went to his work and I got freaking nauseous. So, okay, so the first time I went by the house, when I first hit the road by the house, I got extreme like headache, and then it kind of went away, and then when I was like a couple streets over and I felt like I was having a stroke. Like, it was the weirdest feeling. It might reconnect me a couple times because I'm going to be going through the mountains, so hopefully I don't lose you guys. But I had severe nausea at like his work, and the moment I pulled into the freaking parking lot, yeah, I'll probably cut out because I have mountains. So hopefully I won't, but I probably will. And if I do disconnect, then I'll just come back on. So can you hear me now? She's not alive, guys. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, is the moment that I got to his work, I got extremely nauseous, like I was gonna puke. And I pulled into the parking lot at exactly 2:12. You know how hard it would be for me to time that to pull into his work exactly at 2:12 when the cameras went out? It's crazy. I was like, oh my God. I was on the phone with Tracy and I was just like, that's crazy. Yes. So that's the problem with me, is I'm learning, because this is the first time I've ever been in any sort of like, well, I've been places before, not really. I mean, the one time I was walking in a freaking mountain at like 90 degrees, who could feel anything that way, right? But this is the first time, like, I've tried to go searching or feeling things and driving around areas that we know, like perpetrator's house, victim's house, things like that. I picked up more regards to him than I did her, because apparently I track perpetrators in that way. Like, I can feel like the emotions and stuff. That's where my clairsentient comes in, because if anybody has ever watched my lives, you guys know I pick up on you guys. So a lot of the times I'll pick up on people that have taken medicine or whatever. So it's kind of the same thing, because we have an active living person walking around, you know, having rage, thinking on away with it, carrying that with them, and their energy leaves an imprint wherever they're at. So, yeah, well, her camera went off at 2:12, but also 2:12 is my birthday. That's what I was trying to tell everybody. I guess the way I worded it, I confused people yesterday. It was not my birthday. My birthday is 2:12. So that was interesting about the whole 2:12 thing, because like me and Tracy, we were seeing these weird ass repeating numbers and stuff in these two cases. That's just wild. But I just thought it was crazy because I pulled into that exact spot at that time and I was nauseous. But the moment I left, I was fine. Same thing with the other area. The moment I left by his house, I was fine. So the problem I'm having is finding what I'm seeing. I know the direction I want to go. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to do more work on it, unfortunately. But I tend to pick up perpetrators' energy a little bit stronger than victims right now. And depending on, you know, where they are in spirit or the timing of things, that's what people have to understand too. It has a lot to do with timing. But I'm also learning. Being in the field is a lot different than looking on a map. So not only is it, it's just different. It's different because you have all this other noise, right? I think a lot of people think you're just supposed to be able to walk to a body. It doesn't work like that. You're feeling, you have to literally try to filter everything out, and you have to try, because there's other imprints in the land. There's other missing people. There's other things that have happened places. And if you're sensitive, you're going to pick up on that. You're going to be pulled in that direction, you know? And my maps weren't working. I had things pinned, and my like Google Earth wouldn't pull up. So that was freaking annoying. But I think that I was probably being told I need to follow my compass, but I'm trying to learn what that feels like because I haven't been out anywhere. So this is going to take some calibration, and it's going to take some learning, and it's going to take some training. That's just the way it's going to be, because I'm still learning how to freaking fill shit on a map. You know, it's not my strongest thing. But now I'm learning that I'm feeling perpetrators a little bit stronger, or a lot stronger than I am victims, and it's kind of frustrating, but through the perpetrator, you can find the victim, right? So I'm thinking I'm going to use that to my advantage and maybe try to read the perpetrator and see if it leads me to the victim. That's my plan. So we'll see how that works. I mean, I did it with Bryan Kohberger after he was arrested, so, you know, I can try to do that. The problem with Geminis is they give a lot of misdirection. There are a lot of, well, I'm trying, but that's what I need people to understand, because I think people think, oh, you're psychic, you should just be able to walk to, you know, where somebody is. No, at least not me. I mean, I'm sure there's psychics out there that can do that, but that's their strongest gift. It's not my strongest gift. I'm learning how to feel things. My clairsentient is not as strong as that in that way that I would like it to be. But like I said, if nobody saw the video on Bella that's in here, I walked to where it happened without knowing where it happened. So it was a different feeling, and I had to learn how that felt. I was pulled to a specific tree, and there was only a tree there, but it was in a spot where the car was parked where everything happened. And we didn't know that. We didn't know where everything had happened yet. We hadn't spoken to anybody. Oh yeah. We don't even get me started on the Kohberger is ridiculous, or there's multiple people involved. Don't even get me started on that. I fight with people all the time. But, yeah. So that was my first time, and it was more like a pull. Like, I got pulled to the specific tree. Now, trees can hold energy. The roots of the tree, it can soak up like the trauma, the imprint, right? So that's probably why I went to the tree. And it was like the tree was right next to like where it all happened at. So it was more of I turned around, I was across the street or across the road, and I said, Bella, show me where it happened at. And I turned around and I just walked straight there. And I was like, okay, now that I'm here and I'm pulled to this spot, let me walk away from it. Let me walk back. Let me see, you know, how it feels. Do I get pulled back? Because that's kind of what I do on a map. Like, do I get pulled back? Do I get obsessed with an area? That's how we kind of feel it. That's how I feel it. And I'm trying to learn how that feels. The pull, so I kept walking up and I'd walk back, and I couldn't leave that tree. So I told Dad, I said, I think it's right here, because I said, I go up that way, I feel better. I come back, I don't feel good. And I was slurring at this point. Like, he even noticed my words were slurring, because I was like almost like ungrounded, kind of half out of my body. I don't know if she was using me in that way, but it was very different. I had a little bit of a headache, but it wasn't like the nausea that I feel with perpetrators. And that's what's confusing, is it seems that perpetrators will give me nausea, but spirit or
There's a lane closure ahead.
you know, but things like that, that kind of energy is much, in my opinion, it's much more faint in that way to me. It's more like a pull or a feeling. And yes, I can get the headaches or feel how they pass, but it's like that. So that's what I'm learning, is how to feel, right? So with Nancy, it's a lot harder because I don't know, like, I can go by the house, but I can't even get to the house because there's too many freaking people there. And if there's too much energy there in that way, but I can start to feel it before I pull to her house. But it's more like an ungrounded feeling, kind of like I felt with Bella, a little bit just weird. Like I just feel weird. I can't explain it. And it's very different than being at the perpetrator's house or work, where I felt extreme nausea. So that's me trying to learn and understand what it's like to be in here, like in person, and feel the land and feel spirit and all that. It's very hard to filter out. It's very hard to find your compass, which is what I'm trying to learn. So that's going to take me a while to freaking learn that.
There's a lane.
But that's part of this work, is I'm always learning. It's something. Yeah, kind of like an out of body feeling in a way. Yeah, it was kind of like that. Like I guess kind of like, but my legs were shaky too, which was weird. And I get like a headache. So when I first went to her house, before I knew I was going to turn, I felt weird. And I told Tracy, because Tracy's on the phone with me, so I'm not by myself. And I'm like, dude, I feel weird here. And then and then it's like, turn right. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So the energy shifted in that way. No, she's not. She wasn't alive when she left the house. Let me tell you, the astrology is not pointing to any kind of alive indicators. Are not pointing to kind of live indicators. When she first came in the reading, I got extreme nausea and my EMF spiked, and I saw what happened. And if you think about it, if you want to keep somebody alive, you take their medication, period. That's just the way that it is. This whole kidnapping story is a misdirection by freaking Gemini, and it's all bullshit. So, and then he did shit to confuse the timeline. And he might have used her vehicle or just pulled her vehicle out to, like I said, make that thing go off about the garage going up. So, yeah, no, unfortunately, I wouldn't be out looking for her if I thought she was alive. Well, I thought that, but if you go in that area, there's no freaking way. There's no way she was put on a neighbor's house. There's no way. For one, it's hella dark. For two, there's cameras everywhere on people's houses. It's a very ritzy neighborhood. There's fences and shit. Like, I thought that too because I pulled a shed card, but no. I thought she would be that close. Now, it is coming across as she's in a public area where people can, like, where she can be found easily if you find the right place. But I'm telling you, this is why I need to see these, because it's not as it looks on the map. Just like the areas I thought went to yesterday, I thought was like a wash. It was all built on because it's from freaking 2023, 2024. So it's not as it looks. Oh yeah, like I said, the chart is very public in the fact that it's out. And then yeah, no, I mean, I thought about, oh, is she still there and we just don't know it? But, you know, they've had dogs in and out of there, guys. Like, they've been staying there for days. Could she be hidden somewhere? Yeah, but, I mean, according to my card, she was at one point, but then she was moved away. And there's long distance indicators in the chart, but there was also moved, and eventually, you know, she was close at one point. But it's a place that's familiar to him. That's why I'm trying to find out where's familiar to him. Because, unfortunately, there's no, there's like nothing that we can find besides where he worked. So, but they've had cadavers in and out of there, and you know that the way that the neighbors' properties are, no, and that's what I'm saying. No stranger could have found those properties because, like, literally, it's a fucking maze. Like, I get lost every time I go in there, especially if I don't have my map on. I get lost. especially at dark, there's literally no lights. It's like that was a full moon and there might have been a little bit more lights, but it's hella dark out there. Dark. And if you pull up her stuff on the map, like all the houses, that's not even all the houses now, and it's freaking a maze through there. But I did check like a little old creek bed through there though, because I keep thinking it's like she's like kind of like in an obvious place. Yeah, it's kind of like a culvert / wash. I mean, it's sandy. It feels remote. It's like close to a road and a bridge. Sorry guys, like I said, I'll go in and out probably because I'm going into the mountains. If I get off, I'll come back on. But so that's my experience, and I wanted to kind of explain, like, again, how this is not like I have to try to. The same thing happened to in Bella's case, because I went over to her work, and like that's where all the obsession and anger and everything started. Sorry, these mountains are killing me right now. Thing too, like he had to do it at night with not a lot of light, and you know, like I said, I thought originally she was close because I kept getting close to the last known location. The chart pulled in close, but it was almost like the way the cards were saying it was like she was close at some point, and then she was moved further away. So, I don't know. But I want to try to focus on Bella today. I think that her case needs more attention. So if people can give her case some attention, her family's really amazing. They've been searching for her ever since she went missing. They do everything that they can. Even her stepdad and her family has really come together to try to find her. And they've been really open to what I'm saying. They're actually basing the search on what I'm saying today. They've been able to get, search people, and I don't know if we're doing search dogs today or not, but there's, it's just finding her amongst where I think she is. So it was, I'm hoping that it goes well. I kind of was just like, he told me yesterday, he's like, we're having a search team. Go out and search the area. We're starting back where you say, like, they agree, like, that's a good spot. So, I said, well, do you want me to come up? I'll try. Like, I can't promise. I'm learning, I'm learning how it feels to be in an area. It's very different for me, and I still have to learn, like, how things feel. But he was like, yeah, if you want to come, you're more than welcome to come. And he helped me get up there, so I was supposed to be there at 10 though, but, it's a good learning experience for me, because like I said, whenever I walked to the spot where it all happened at, that was very, that was new, and it helped me learn kind of how it feels. So Bella's teaching me, she's teaching me a lot. They were waking me up this morning with the REM pod because I didn't want to get up, and the REM pod hasn't went off for 2 days, and I started going off, and I'm like, okay, Bella, I'm coming. But what's freaking weird is, so sometimes when the REM pod's going off, it's on the job training, exactly. So sometimes when the REM pod's going off, I'll turn on the EVP just to see. One day, that Glen road came. Like, Glen came in twice. It was like Glen, something else, and then Glen. I'm like, okay, this is important if they're repeating it like this, And so I thought it was down here by the culvert for Nancy or something, or someone. And so I had to go check it out that day because the REM pod kept going off when I was, like, looking at the culvert. And I find out today that, no, it's the street by Mom's house, like, in front of Mom's house. And I'm like, Bella, are you trying to tell me that, like, where Mom lives or something, or telling me I'm going there? Because I didn't know I was going there. I went to a different place last time. So I thought that was kind of funny, But the thing with Bella's case is there's all repeating numbers everywhere. it starts with like 111. Like she had a 111 tattoo. She went missing on 111. She freaking went missing from 111th Street. Like it's wild. All the repeating numbers that are in this freaking case that are everywhere, that are showing up everywhere, and then like a lot of stuff regards to her case happens on 111. And actually, her mom sent me a thing. She's like, "Look, my phone was stuck on 111." So they're very open. I love it. They totally believe in spirit, and they, were totally open to what I said, because I told them stuff that they were just like, "No, that's Bella. Like, we know that's Bella. We know that's her." And even though she was more religious, she was very open. And I met the dad, came in from Florida, and he was very open, because I was like, I had my reply. I was like, I brought this just in case. He's like, no, I totally believe in that. So it's kind of cool, because it's very different to work with the family versus not working with the family, because it helps you fill in the gaps and understand things a little bit more. And also, I think the energy is stronger getting information when you can talk to the family. Like, as you're talking to them, you get information like they're the mirror, And everything I've told him is like, oh yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that makes complete sense. And so being open and listening and understanding and, not arguing or whatever, it's nice. And then it helps me, because like, again, it's on the job training like we're talking about, but it's also teaching me like how to work with, families in person, and how they can fill in the gaps because I'm not going to get every little piece of the puzzle, right? No, I'm not watching. Like, do you see where my eyes are? My eyes are straight. Please don't tell me what to do. I'm a freaking adult. My phone is here on a holder, and I'm driving straight. No different than if I was talking to my friend Tracy on the phone. Same thing. I'm not reading all the comments. Yeah, can you not see where my fucking eyes are? I'm a fucking adult. I'm 44 and I have a good driving record, and I'm going on a straight road on the freeway. If you don't like it, you're welcome to leave the chat. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It makes a difference, because I'll get like clarity or lightning strikes in regards to, I call them lightning strikes because it's like, and just comes out of nowhere. Like a claircognizance strike. Like all of a sudden, I'll be like, this is bugging me, and then I'll just like kind of know why it's bugging me and kind of figure it out. But it's more helpful with the parents. You know what I mean? Because they can help you fill in the gaps and everything. So, no, because I even asked Tracy, I was like, should I even go live today? Because I see people bitching about it. It's not like I'm some people that are sitting there texting or reading every comment. If I can't read the comment for 1 second, I won't read it. If it's too long, I won't read it. But I'm literally just driving straight. Both hands on the wheel. So, it does make a difference when the family is open like that. Like I said, it helps me get more clarity. And because when people are closed off and blocked, it can kind of block things, But Bella is so strong herself. Like I said, she's so funny. Like, if you haven't watched the video that I talked about, like the whole experience so far, I was literally in the store, and she said she wanted me to have Skittles. I haven't had Skittles in like years. And I was like, I don't want Skittles. And she was like, taste the rainbow. And this is totally her personality. And I asked her family, and she's like, oh yeah, she loves Skittles. It's totally her personality. I ended up buying the stupid Skittles. And so that was funny. And then the Pocahontas cup, I had made this Pocahontas cup when I was making cups. I unfortunately don't have the supplies to do it right now. But I had made it in October. And it was like a Halloween themed Pocahontas. Well, the first day I was coming out here, she like woke me up. She wanted the Pocahontas cup. And I was like, dude, like seriously? Because there were some things I had to fix on it. And she wouldn't leave me alone. And I was like running around trying to get that done and get out of the house. And she's like, I'm like, Bella, I don't have time for this. And she just wanted that Pocahontas cup. So I bring it with me and we talk to mom. And mom was like, because I said, is there anything with Pocahontas? And she was like, yeah. She wanted a Pocahontas backpack that I think it was like her sister or somebody had. And it was one of the last conversations that we had. So I was like, oh, that makes sense why she was obsessed with the Pocahontas cup. And it's like one of the lava ones. So, and she's she's funny little girl. She's a Leo, that's why. Do I feel like what will be over soon? Oh, she's so sweet. It's such a shame. She's the same age as my son. And I'm upset because I don't feel like she has enough attention. Like, you see all these other cases that get a lot of attention. You see the families that get a lot of support. And if anybody needs support, this family does, regardless of the situation surrounding it. And, like, everybody matters, and I just feel like she's not getting the attention she deserves on her case. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's not. And it kind of irritates me because if they could just know, like, she's vibrant, she always had her hair a different color. And that was one of the things that came in was I was seeing her hair black, which was weird, but I guess it was black around the time that she met this guy. And, like, she always was dyeing her hair like a different color, like, every month or something like that. So it was, she was that kind of person. She was a little, vibrant, always wanting to change things. And I told her dad, I said, she's pushy. He's like, yep, that's her. Because Spirit doesn't normally push through in a reading where I'm just giving, I'm just doing the cards or whatever, and then all of a sudden they just download personal information that their dad can, their parents can take, and that's why she did it, is no one else was really looking at her case, so she saw I was, and she downloaded the information, and so I put it out, and I clipped it, and that's how the parents reached out, because they could, they knew it was her. By the stuff that came through and the way I said it, they knew it was her. And then that made them very open. And from then on, we have, it's such a Leo thing. Yep. Yes, she is very, she's very vibrant, and she's got the piercings and, all that kind of stuff. So she's such a, she was like her family said she was like a little kid, like she had like a childlike energy, even though, and I'm getting chills. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense because I was seeing like stuffed animals and stuff like on the bed, like, like child at heart kind of thing. He was like, she's such a kid, like at heart, like she just had this like childlike, energy. I think she was always joking and stuff. Yeah. She's she's stubborn, definitely. I think she's stubborn. And like I said, she's a little pushy. She's a little pushy, but interesting, like when we were standing there talking to whatever about information, a butterfly came and landed on her dad. And we all just kind of stopped and went, oh, and that's just like something that I think she would do. Like she's that strong in spirit. Like I said, to download like that without me having a mirror or anything was, doesn't happen very often. It only happens with very strong spirits. Her talking to me with just random shiz, it doesn't have, so when I asked her to take me to her, she did. And, where it happened at, she did. So yeah, she's training me a little bit, I think. She's pretty amazing. I've grown very fond of her. And then, like I said, I think this morning, and she even, so the night before I came out the first time to go looking for her, when we kind of like, I went to the different areas and stuff, I had the REM pod was going off, and I had the EVP on because I was trying to see, do you guys want to give me any clues, And she said, Isabella, and then the REM pod went, brrr, and I was like, okay, hey girl, what's up? But it came with Eli right after, which is my son's name. But interestingly enough, I was just talking about Eli was a client son of mine that like he came to me before he passed away, and I kind of prepared his mom. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe they're together. It was kind of cool. You know, so yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll help guide in some way, in some aspect. I'm pretty sure that the parents are stuck with me in some aspect. You know, they're just such cool people. Like, I swear, I've worked with a lot of families, but I don't think I've ever like felt a connection with other families in the way that I feel with them. And I don't think that like, I just think it's almost like it's soul contracted. You know what I mean? I know, it's sad, but you know, she's in, like I said, she's okay. And that's one thing that, like, her parents, although they're out searching for her and stuff, like, they know because of the download, like, they know she's not, especially the information that we have, we know she's not alive, but they're still searching for her, and they're trying to get information because, like, this guy, we need to know where he connects to. We need to know where his jobs are and stuff, because where it all happened at, he's got to have a connection to that, and I need to find out where his connection is to that place. So, and we have looked and looked and looked. Yeah, if we go that way, I mean, that means I've got like a bunch of spirit guides there. That's why I'm thinking the REM pod goes off like it does, because like literally the other day, when I first had this epitome in her case, and when I first started kind of like getting ready to go search for Nancy, I had the REM pod started freaking going off. And it went off for 16 hours until it died. And I fell asleep and I kept hearing go until like 3 o'clock in the morning. From like 9 o'clock in the morning to like 3 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning to like all the way to 3 o'clock in the morning. And I kept hearing it because it'll do this thing where it'll spike and then die, like it's getting ready to die. And I kept hearing it do that. And then when I woke up, it was dead. And so I think that it has something to do with that. And also, you know, we're talking, if we want to talk about that, you know, there's always Dylan and Quentin and you know, a lot of them that I've had a really strong connection to. Yep, and that's what I'm saying is like, I think it was because no one else was looking at her case. I'm literally like in Arizona, like even though it's a 3-hour drive, like, you know, I can still get there. And I think she knows that her parents needed the comfort, you know, because even her stepdad is like just torn up over it. And I just, you know, my heart breaks for them, and it's hard to like talk to them about certain things, but at the same time, they know that, like, you know, from what we know, they know certain things already. So the good thing is that, you know, they got a search team. They finally got a search team, and you know, there might be connections for the future nonprofit that we want to do. So hopefully. But I kind of want to gear that towards like a memorandum of Bella, because like she's the one that started me and Tracy on this path. Like we've had other cases too, but this one's just been different. Almost like Bella chose us, and then Tracy does the investigation side, and there's stuff that Tracy was able to find that like not even the PI was finding. So, you know, that's she kind of drove that, and we started that on, we put the name in on 2-2, and I was like, oh my gosh, like seriously? These repeating numbers in her cases are freaking wild. But yeah, we're okay. My mom, I think, is getting sick, and, you know, we're trying to, hopefully, we're building a container home for my mom, but it's like stuck right now, so that kind of sucks. But and normally I talk to Tracy on these rides, and I was like, Tracy was like, you know, I said, should I really do live tomorrow? Because I mean, I don't want people complaining, thinking that I'm being a tape, because I'm not. I'm not even barely looking at my phone. But she was like, yes, I like it. And then she's not here. Because she's probably sleeping. Because when I go on these trips, she talks to me the whole time, poor thing, for like 6 to 8 hours, because I'm out here driving around. in the middle of nowhere, you know. But so she talks to me, so I'm not by myself. And I still feel things, you know. She's a little bit of an amplifier, so it kind of helps. But yeah, no. So that was, I kind of want to, and I've asked the family, like, can I do it like a memorandum of Bella? And they were like, yeah, because I just kind of want to make her a part of it, because I wouldn't have even started down this path without her. And the thing was, is I wanted to do it for 10 years, but for one, I didn't have anybody that I could trust that could be, you know, a part of it, that could be on the board. And then I just didn't have anybody, and I didn't know how to do it. So, you know, yeah, but the thing is about going live and searching, like, I really can't feel that way. You know what I mean? And I know, like, I had somebody say yesterday, it's kind of ridiculous. She's like, well, you went out there, but I didn't see you at the house, like, on lives or anything. And I'm like, that's not why I'm here. I'm not Brian Eaton. I'm not the media. How is that helping just standing out in front of her house? It's not. I'm out looking at things that I want to look at that I've seen on the map to see if for one, if I feel anything. I know I wouldn't. It's really bad. I wouldn't stop. It's really bad. That's why I'm like, I don't know if this is like the start to, I haven't even really been home this week. My poor dogs are probably just like, dude, what are you doing, Mom? So I took Justice with me yesterday, though, but he was mostly in the car because I was trying to drive around and see. But I've got to try to find a better. I already know where we're looking for Bella at. Like, I already know. It's just finding her in that area. So, do I think it was the one who dropped? Who? What case? Because we're talking about two cases. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do it for it just kind of it irks me, and I was just like, do you not believe that I'm out there because I'm not like on a live there? Like, I even turned around so my Jeep wouldn't be on the live. I don't need people going, oh, well, there goes Rochelle, you know? Yeah, if you watch my other lives, it's definitely, I had said that before that had come out. I didn't even know that he had dropped her off. So I had said that it was yeah. And I was just like, because there was also people at this perpetrator's house, and so I turned around because I was like, what? I didn't know if that's where they had the conference at or what, because there was a camera stand there, and there was like a few cars, and I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna turn around, and they're probably thinking, what the heck is going on with this person? But when I was driving around the area where Nancy lives, a bunch of people were like waving at me. They were really freaking nice. She's 21. She was 21. So, like I said, she's the same age as my son. Her birthday's in August. Yeah. It's sad. It's such a it's so like so fucked up. These guys, like, girls, please be careful. They can love bomb you and come at you with money, and you know that doesn't mean they're safe. You know, she was trying to break up with him and leave him, and his little ego couldn't handle it. But he did the same thing as this other guy. That's why I said these cases are like interlinked somehow. In the way that if you guys know how my interconnects work and like I'll have similar cases sometimes, these ones are, even though it's an older lady and a younger woman, like the perpetrators, they're both Geminis. They both have the name Tommy or a version of Tommy. There's like numbers that are just crazy, either the 111 or my birthday stamp. And they're what else is they're in Arizona, but they both have like misdirections and red herrings. It's wild how like parallel they are. Do you know what I mean? Oh, thank you. So I had to go through like a dark night of the soul. I wrote a book all about it, and so I've just kind of grown from there. I've kind of taught myself. I've just used spirit. No one's. I had a mentor in the very beginning, and she passed away like I don't know, a few years ago, and but you know, basically I've just taught myself. And, you know, learning my astrology has also kind of taught me about myself and the way that I work. So, like, everybody's different. We all work differently. We all have different gifts. Like, one psychic is not the same as another psychic. I just try to see where I feel pulled to. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, I'm trying to recognize pulls because I'm not good at location. I'll be the first one to say that. Like, I'm okay at location when it comes to people going missing on their own. Like, especially with water. We, you know, from Dane and Riley, we can see that because the area was exact. But when you put somebody else's free will in it, it's a lot harder than someone just walking off, you know? And so it's more like I'm trying to see where I'm pulled, follow the astrology, and look for what I'm looking for. And a lot of the times, what I'm looking for does not match the map. Like, they need to update their maps to like 2026 instead of like 2 years ago, because things that show that like they're not there, they're like covered with other things. Like, it's grown, you know what I mean? Don't tell me what to do. I'm an adult, and I'm looking forward. I can literally leave. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. But don't tell me what to do. The last person you want to fucking tell what to do. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is you have to sort of separate yourself. I'm literally on a straight road right now. You have to separate yourself. Oh my God. Shut up. Where are all my mods at? I can't block that person. I don't know why. So I'm not doing anything dangerous. It's like I'm talking to Tracy. Like, I literally have both hands on the wheel and I'm looking at the road. For fuck's sake. I'm on a straight road with no one around me. Is who? Nancy? Yeah. Oh, the person? I don't know. I could only find I tried to block her and I could only find the put in user in timeout thing. And I can't. I don't know where my mods are. No, I'm not putting people in danger, dude. Do you see where my fucking hands are? My hands are on the fucking wheel. This isn't, like, literally in front of the road. It's no different than Tracy riding with me and talking to me. I'm on a straight fucking place. There's nobody around me. I'm not in the middle of the city. If I felt like I'm almost 44 fucking years old, dude. Like, I'm not a child. I would never put anybody in danger. I have a clean record. No accidents, no speeding tickets, no nothing. So mind your own fucking business. Period. I would never do that. I'm not like some people who like text and drive or whatever. I literally am looking at the road. If you even see where my eyes are. For fuck's sake. So stupid. I'm not like some fucking people that I do see drive when they're live. Yeah, well, I can't add you though because I can't do it on the screen. And this was Tracy's idea, by the way, so because I was fucking worried about, you know, people coming in here and bitching like I'm texting and driving or some bullshit. Like I'm not even looking at the screen. I glance at it every now and then, and I don't read long comments. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm an adult and I know what I'm doing. I would never put anybody in danger. I think that people try to control people and tell them what to do. Everybody. No, not everybody. People come in here and try to tell me I'm putting people in danger because I have you guys on live and I'm driving, even though I'm barely looking at the screen. The only people that put me in danger is when they make me fucking block them. I mean, my phone is situated in front of my, like, I have a hands-free device and it's situated right here, and my window's right here. Okay, thanks. Because it wouldn't let me do it. It just had to put me in timeout for like 24 hours. And I'm like, no, I want the person like blocked. You know, that's the problem with people today is they try to control people's lives and get in people's business. It'd be different if I was like texting on the phone or don't have both hands on the wheel or was driving some windy road with a bunch of people or was sitting here reading every freaking comment or wasn't looking at the road. It would be different. Oh. But I mean, it's no different than talking to someone while you're driving. As long as you're hand-free, you're allowed to do that. So. Oh my god, maybe I shouldn't drink my drink and put both hands back on the wheel. I glanced down for 2 seconds. For fuck's sake. Somebody block that person, please. My phone is right fucking here in front of my window. I'm not reading long messages. I'm glancing down. Like, literally, I'm going straight. Who am I gonna hurt? There's nobody around me. Dude. Yeah, it's alright. People act like I'm a child or something. I mean, I'll get off here in a little bit anyways when I start to get into town, but I'm literally just on the freeway. Or when the road starts to change in like, I don't even know, a while. Well, that's not here, so I'm not in PA. Hands-free devices, that's why they make them. Thanks for the gifts. I don't have my freaking face up to the screen reading comments. I like that comments too long, I can't read it. So I only read like the one-liners and when I glance out. If anybody would stay long enough, they would have done. Well, I don't live where you live, so. I talk to Tracy literally all day while I'm driving because I'm not trying to be out here by myself. It's the same thing. And that's what I told Tracy. I was like, I don't know, people bitch about it, even though I'm being very safe about it. They come in and she's like, I think that's just your life. People come in and try to control you. And it is true. They do try to do that. And she was like, oh, just screw it because I know you're being safe. So, and I would not even look down at all if there was anybody even around me that I'd have to worry about. Thanks. But, I mean, the whole reason I wanted to come live anyways was just update you guys, because I don't have time to do it. Just update you guys on yesterday and try to put attention towards Bella. Because she doesn't have enough attention. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to do. Oh, yay. So I don't listen to other mediums. And I don't like to know what other mediums say either, because there's some mediums out there that are saying some way off the wild stuff. Yeah. I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous. I would never put anybody in danger. I'm not fucking 12. Like, I barely look at the screen. I just fucking wouldn't do it. I love that people act like they never talk on the phone when they drive. You know, all those people that are saying fucking shit talk on the phone when they drive. You know they do. Because just about everybody does at some point. But people try to be perfect and tell you what to do. That's just the way that the world seems to work, unfortunately. And that's all I'm doing is talking while driving. I'm pretty sure Tracy's asleep right now, so I think the ransom's bullshit. Like I told you guys, I think it's red herring. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're like that one text. I mean, he does have ties to California, but that would be very that would be kind of dumb. You know what I mean? To rope anybody in that way. But I did get the pack card, so I don't know. I think it's bullshit. And like he's a Gemini, like I said. Misdirection, and I think he's getting a little egotistical with the ransom notes. I think it'll get him caught. He's kind of like reminding me of like how the Zodiac used to send his stuff. It's for attention and to try to misdirect, and it's ego driven. Like, okay, I got away with it once, I'll get away with it again, you know? That's just the way that that's how he is. He's egotistical. So. Money. There's a couple motives. I think I've talked about it in my other lives. Like there's multiple motives. I think that something she knew about him, and I also think there's just money involved. Like he probably asked her for something and she denied him for the first time ever, and he threw a fit like a little baby. Because the houses that they have are way overpriced for a teacher. You know? So yeah, it was a lot nicer whenever Pete was driving. I could feel things a little bit better. Fishing reel? No. I don't think so. So yeah, I better get off because people are being assholes. I will just I'll try to call Tracy and see if she's up. I don't know if she is. And I just wanted really, like, again, to update you guys and let you know. I didn't have time to do it from home before I left or anything. I've been on the go for days now. And I was trying to put attention towards Bella's case. So, you know, Bella, I just think she deserves more attention. And it's, I don't know, it's frustrating to me that she's not getting it. Because, you know, her story is very important. And I just hope that she, you know, I hope she'll come in strong. And it's funny because her stepdad's like, bring your REM pod, we'll see what happens at Mo's house. Like, that's how open they are. So I think it's so cool. Because I was like, you know what's funny is I brought it last time because I thought about that. But we didn't have time to do that. We were out till like 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I thought that was pretty funny. So they'll probably end up getting a reading because I can just see it now. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. It'll be like the guy that I went to go sell my car to, and he took me by the cemetery, and I picked up his brother and started giving him a reading. I'm pretty sure it'll be something like that, you know. So yeah, I just, you know, if you guys can share her website is on my community page. Because even her mom was like, when I talked about my trip out here last time and I made a video and everything, I put it on private first so the family could watch it first. And she's like, I can't wait till this is public. And then it was like crickets. And so I felt really bad because she loved the video. She loved me talking about the experience and her daughter. And that's what they wanted about is her daughter. They don't want it about anything else, you know? They just want it about her. And unfortunately, other people that were involved before were making it not about her. And so I try to make it about her because that's what this is about. And I can't read long comments, guys, but so I felt bad because for one thing, it was frustrating me because my experience of coming out here was new. My experience of working with the family was new, and it was like nobody cared that I was evolving that way, that I was coming out here to give the family answers, that I was working with the family. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't seem like anybody cared about her case and cared about that. And it's a huge milestone. It's a huge milestone for me, and it was a huge, you know, kind of milestone for her family. And so it was a big thing. It was a big deal. And it didn't seem like, you know, anybody really cared about her. And so that was a little frustrating. And then, you know, her stuff wasn't moving, and I was like, well, that's the whole point. And her dad might, like, her stepdad and her mom might come on and talk on my channel. That was the plan, but we haven't had the time. So, you know, it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing for me to be able to go and have this experience and learn, you know, from her, and learn on the job, and, you know, work with the family, and, you know, be so close with them. So it's a big thing. And so, yeah, he probably missed the camera. I mean, I didn't think he would go up and try to get the camera off the roof, but, you know, I don't know if there's a way to knock it out from the computer or something. But it'll be public. So, you know, I just, it was kind of disheartening that, like, the whole experience didn't seem like, I don't know if it was just the algorithm wasn't pushing it out, or people weren't seeing it, or whatever, or it wasn't because I didn't film it, because I'm trying to be respectful of her family. I'm not trying to walk around with the camera, you know, and all of that, and I can't focus that way. So as far as that, unless someone else was here recording, or, you know, whatever, that would be different. But my focus is on finding her. It's not on filming things. And so I don't know if that was the issue with the video, if it was just me telling the story, or the fact that, like, no one seems to really, you know, because she's not like Gabby Petito or someone like that, she's not getting any attention. And I was I put it out because I wanted her family to get the, it was just a cool experience. And it just didn't seem like it was a big deal to anybody else but me. It was a huge experience for me. Like I said, me walking to that spot was a milestone in my work. Never been on site before, never been able to do that or know how it would feel. So it was a big thing for me. And with that, I got a vision of a repeated U-turn, which we were able to validate. So, her dad was just we were all kind of thrown back like that, I don't know what I could teach you. I mean, I did classes, but they're over now. So I don't really have time for classes. I mean, there's nothing really I could tell you because I just kind of learned with spirit. Like, it was a lot of meditation. It was a lot of like just learning how things work and symbolism and learning how to channel and, Yeah, no, my algorithm's fudged. Like, it's only gotten better because of Nancy's case, because it's been messed up since October. I even just messaged him recently, like, what the hell is going on? Like, we're going from, like, a lot of views to, like 100 views, and this is ridiculous. And it's not even about the views for me, it's about the cases. Like, the biggest thing is to show that spirit can really help with cases, that spirit can come through in a strong way, that, this is, like, it's a journey, it's a journey. It's Bella's journey, it's my journey, it's the family's journey, and I'm sure it's all happening for a reason, and it's all divinely connected, or it wouldn't have happened the way that it happened. Because they were like, I don't even know how I saw your video. And I'm like, well, how that happens is usually, spirit makes sure you see it if you're supposed to see it. So that's usually how it works. Spirit will make sure that the information gets to the right person. That's for sure. So I know. And so, it's like when they switched the algorithm thing, I think it's like AI or something, and like, I don't know, my videos started getting blocked. And I understand some of them are long because they're like deep dives, right? But it's at that point where I need them to be. Like her case is like, there's so much misdirection and untangling that I had to do in that case too, besides Nancy. Like, it's really teaching me more investigative mediumship, or like more of like forensic psychic, kind of thing, instead of just pure mediumship. It's just different. International setting. What do you mean international setting? You'll have to message me, like email me what you're talking about, because I don't know what you're talking about. Because I don't know what that means, but I'm trying to figure out why. I think they actually got back to me and I haven't looked at the email. Because I also can't tag my products anymore. I have all those astrology products. I was like, shirts I was really like excited about. And I was tagging them on my videos, and all of a sudden I can't tag my store. It'll show my stores connected, but then it doesn't let me tag anything. It's weird. So that just started happening too. And I messaged them. I was like, what the heck? So that was frustrating. But I don't know. It's been quite an experience, and like I said yesterday, I was out here in Tucson when Pete got a hold of me, and I was like, all right, so I guess I'm going to Tucson tomorrow. And I think I was supposed to take Neptune today, so I don't know. I have to check. I'm gonna have to reschedule that, but I wonder if Tracy's up. I'm gonna be like, Tracy will never guess. I told you. But I think next week, I gotta try to get caught up on some stuff I'm behind on. I gotta do your guys' raffle and everything. My mom, I think me and my mom are gonna go to the zoo for my birthday on Thursday. So that'll be fun. All right. Well, I can't read that right now. So if you want to email me what you're saying, I ain't trying to read a bunch of long comments. Get people mad at me. Because last year we went to the ostrich farm and I had a bunch of videos of that, and I never edited them or got them out. But I think we're gonna go to the Reed Park Zoo, hopefully, if my mom's better. If we can afford it. So I told her I have to work so I can help her pay for my birthday. So I have to do. I had money to give her, and now I have to pay her back because of everything. I haven't had time to like do work